This is how I learned to stop caring about what other people think of my photography. When I first picked up a camera and decided that I wanted to take photographs, naturally I didn't have a clue what I was doing, right? Like most beginners, I didn't really know where to start. So I just became a student of photography. I was a voracious reader of any photo book I could find. I learned all of the so called photography rules and I just fell in love with it completely. But I didn't really know what direction to go in. I didn't know how to become a photographer. Like, I learned how to use my camera, I learned the technical side of and the correct exposure and taking an actual photograph. But in terms of what to actually take photographs of, how to find the style, how to be recognizable, I didn't know what to do. But I persevered and I started taking more photos and I carried my camera with me everywhere. And I started posting stuff on Instagram. I started sharing photographs that I thought were cool and didn't really get much attention. Until one day, just by pure chance, I took one photograph, shared it on Instagram, and it just kind of took off. Though, to be honest, it was kind of a photograph I'd seen somebody else take. And I just went to that location and took pretty much the same photo, shared it, and it did all right. So then suddenly I was just filled with this sort of adrenaline and this kind of desire for validation. Like, I just wanted attention. I just wanted to take photographs so that people would look at my work, like my work, comment, you know, just blow up, I guess, on Instagram. And I didn't know how to follow up that first success that I had, right? Like, I had this one photograph that did well, but I didn't know what to do next. So I just started copying people. Now, there isn't anything inherently wrong with copying people. Like, I do think that you can copy people for inspiration and to learn how to practice, or sorry, to practice and then to learn. But I just flat out copied people. I discovered or had a look for what I thought was doing well online. Like, I'd scroll for trending posts, I'd look at other photographers and just do that because I was just desperate for this validation. I wanted to have attention. So one month I was looking at Roman Fox's photography and I started making these kind of dreamy photographs. And I thought, yeah, that's going to be my style. I'm going to do that. But then that didn't really get me any attention. So next month I was looking at Faisal Westcott's work and I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to do some work like that. I'm going to make some photos that are more minimalist and abstract and moody. And that's going to get me the attention that I want. And not really. I mean, I started to get a little bit of a few comments, and people were like, "Oh, wow, that looks like so lighter." And I was like, "Oh, okay, great. I'm starting to get somewhere now." But the photos that I were taking were still not mine, and I knew it. Like deep down, I knew that I knew this photography was just a rip off of somebody else's. But I didn't know what to do, so I just kept on doing it. I kept on copying, and I just felt awful about it. Like, I felt like I was a fraud. I felt like I wasn't creative. I felt like I didn't know what I was doing as a photographer, what direction I wanted to go in, which is true. I didn't. So I just thought, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to quit. I'm going to give up. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'll find a different hobby, and that's it. Just give up. So I did for a bit. I just stopped shooting and I kind of just thought about it, tried a few other hobbies. But one day I hadn't been looking at Instagram for about a week, which is a miracle these days. Lucky if I don't look at it every hour. But back then, I managed to have a bit of time where I didn't look at Instagram and I wasn't looking at much photography stuff on YouTube. But I found my old film camera. So I was going to London and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take my camera with me. I'm just going to take it with me. I'm not going to try and get anything trendy. I'm just going to put in a roll of film and see what I see. And I was walking through central London, just having fun, not really seeing anything particularly exciting until I got to Piccadilly Circus. And there was this bunch of young teenagers there, and they were all dancing. And I thought, oh, this might make an interesting photo. But then they decided to put on these sort of ribbons as blindfolds. And I was like, oh, wow, that's different. That's not something you see every day. Maybe that's going to be something I can take a photo of. So I jumped down the steps, got closer to them, and just took the photo. I didn't really think much of it. I enjoyed the rest of the day. I took a few more photos and then ended up going home. And of course, had to wait for the role to be developed. But once the role was developed and I saw that photo for the first time, I was kind of looking through the scans and that one just jumped out at me. And I thought, oh shit, that's it. That's what I want to do. Like, that photo wasn't me copying someone else. That photo wasn't me trying to hit a trend or trying to get validation and likes on social media. That was just something that I saw that I thought was a beautiful little moment that entertained me, that I captured with my camera. And that moment just changed everything for me. I realized that photography is just not about trying to impress other people. And if you do try to take photos that impress other people, either you're going to end up doing what I was doing, which is copying other people and being derivative, or you're just going to be like a slave to the algorithm. You're just going to get one hit and then try and make images or movies or whatever it is that look similar to that because you want to get the same hit again. And yeah, I get it. Like, I'm telling you this story because I understand how difficult it is. We all want to be seen and we all want to have our work appreciated, I think, generally. So that one photograph sort of started off a bit of a path for me to go down photographically with my own ideas. You know, I decided that from that moment I wanted to just focus on film. I really liked the process of not being able to see my photograph straight away so that I can go, oh no, that's not quite right. Or maybe I'll try a different composition quickly or get different variations of the same image. This way, I have no idea what the photograph's going to look like until, you know, a few days later. And, oh, hello. There's this, I'm not sure who it said it, but someone said something along the lines of, if everyone in the world was wiped out, or if you weren't able to share your work anymore with anybody, would you still do it? And it wasn't until now when I think, absolutely, hell yes. Like, I'll go out and take photographs even if I never showed another person a single photograph ever again. I'll just do it for me. And I think that then inherently makes you a better photographer. It makes you make more original work. It makes you care about your work more for you. And ultimately, you get the benefits of people actually liking your work or responding well to it because it's authentic, it's yours, and you've created it. You know, excuse me, I'm trying to record a vlog here. You're kidding me. Where was I? Oh yeah. Make mistakes, take bad shots, have failures, you know, try that weird composition, go find stuff that you find really interesting that you want to capture for you, and then share it with the world and see what happens. And just trust that your voice is more important than the approval of someone that you've never met online.